were taught that hatred is dangerous, that it is immoral, toxic, something to be avoided. But Nietzsche, he saw it differently. Whoever fights monsters should see to it that in the process he does not become a monster. And yet, what if the monster is needed? What if hatred is not the disease, but the immune response? Hatred is a flame, a force, a mirror. It shows you who you are. It shows you who you are not. And it burns everything that does not belong. You hate the lie because you seek truth. You hate cowardice because you value courage. You hate weakness, not in others, but in yourself. The thought of suicide is a great consolation. By means of it, one gets through many a dark night. Even despair, at its core, is the hatred of meaninglessness. It is hatred turned inward. But what if it turned outward? What if it became a weapon, not against others, but against your lower self? Hatred, when unexamined, consumes you. But hatred, when understood, refines you. Nietzsche did not fear emotion. He feared the repression of it, the moralization of fire, the castration of will. You were told to be nice, to forgive everything, to love blindly, to accept, to understand. But not everything should be accepted. Not everything should be loved. There are things that deserve your hatred: injustice, deceit, cowardice, corruption, and there are parts of you that deserve to be destroyed. He who despises himself still respects himself as one who despises. Do you know what you hate? Good. Because it tells you what you stand for. It reveals your values, not your performance of values, but your instinctive ones. Nietzsche believed in transmutation, taking what is low and turning it into gold. Your hatred is base metal, heavy, dangerous, but it is also pure. If you wield it with consciousness, it becomes focus. If you repress it, it becomes disease. You are allowed to hate. You are allowed to draw the line. To say, this is not me. To say, this must end. To say, I will not become what I loathe. You must become the master of your virtues and your vices. Hatred, like all passions, is neither good nor evil. It is power, raw and unfiltered. And Nietzsche knew, power must not be denied. It must be directed. Let your hatred burn through illusion. Let it incinerate what is false. Let it rip the coward out of you. Not all anger is blind. Some of it is vision. You are not evil for feeling rage. You are evil for lying about it. When you channel it into art, into discipline, into confrontation, it sharpens you. You hate weakness? Then build strength. You hate deception? Then speak brutally. You hate meaninglessness? Then create. The higher man is distinguished from the lower by his fearlessness in the face of truth. Face the truth of your hatred. Face the truth of your shadow. Not all demons need to be exorcised. Some need to be armed. So go ahead. Pick up the weapon. Carve away the false. Forge yourself in flame. Let hatred purify you, not poison you. Use it. Don't let it use you. And in that fire, become. Rage is not blind. It is insight before language. It is the alarm bell of the soul, raw, ancient, wordless. It erupts not from the surface, but from the depths. You rage because something sacred has been violated. Not because you are broken, but because you remember a standard. Something higher, something true, something that was mocked, dismissed, or betrayed. The snake which cannot shed its skin must perish. Rage is the skin burning off. It is the tension between the man you are and the man you refuse to become. But the world shames rage. It tells you to bottle it, tame it, turn it into civility. And so men rot beneath the surface, boiling with unspoken fury, dying slowly of politeness. Nietzsche didn't ask you to suppress your darkness. He asked you to confront it, to own it. Because only the man who owns his shadow is whole. And only the whole man can choose what to do with it. The worst readers are those who behave like plundering troops. They take away a few things they can use, dirty and confound the remainder, and revile the whole. So be careful. Do not plunder your own emotions. Do not take the rage without the truth that underlies it. What do you rage against? Mediocrity, cowardice, betrayal? Then rise in opposition to them, not in others, but in yourself. Forge your rage into rhythm, into movement, into precision. Your rage is not weakness. It is the furnace where your spine is reforged, where your passivity dies, where your mask is burned away. Let it melt your false humility. Let it silence the voice that says, "Stay small." Let it mark the boundary where the world ends and you begin. Hatred and the will to power. What does it mean to will power? It means to will yourself into being, again, and again, and again, no matter how often you fall apart. Hatred, when purified, is not bitterness, it is direction. Nietzsche did not see power as something you have over others. He saw it as the ability to transform your raw, often violent drives into form, into greatness. Hatred that is aimless is vengeance, but hatred with a spine becomes clarity. The noble soul has reverence for itself, and reverence is born from refusal. Refusal to become what disgusts you. Refusal to accept what deadens you. Hatred is the spiritual scream that says, not this weakness, not this dishonesty, not this decay. The will to power demands that you do more than react. It demands that you create, that you build out of defiance, that you sculpt from the stone of your own rejection. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. Hatred points to the why, because it points to what you will no longer tolerate. And that is the beginning of becoming. You don't overcome hatred by suppressing it. You overcome it by transcending it, by turning it into something stronger than rage, discipline, vision, purpose. You stop being consumed when you become the one who chooses where the flame goes, not to destroy, but to cleanse. Transcending the herd. The herd fears hatred because the herd fears difference. It fears the man who steps outside its moral consensus. The man who says, no. The man who says, that is a lie. The man who builds in the ashes of his rejection. Nietzsche called this man the Übermensch, the overman, not a tyrant, not a brute, but the one who transcends the values of the herd and births his own. The higher man is lightning and madness and sacred Yes. You cannot become him while clinging to the comfort of approval. You cannot become him while apologizing for your edges. The herd praises tolerance until you disagree. Then it punishes you. Then it tries to shame you back into submission. But shame is the leash of the herd, and hatred, pure, clear, earned, is the blade that cuts it. So when they call you dangerous, smile. When they say you're too intense, nod. When they say you've changed, thank them. Because hatred has made you unrecognizable. Because hatred has burned away the herd in you. Not to isolate you, but to liberate you. To return you to the one place Nietzsche believed transformation could begin. Alone, unapologetic, armed with fire. Not a slave to hatred, but its wielder, its alchemist, its master. And in that mastery, in that quiet, molten core of refusal, you are no longer dangerous. You are necessary.